an underground golfer, Eve wants nothing more than to play a match against Aoi Amawashi, the innocent tyrant prodigy that caught her eye. However, the girls wishing to finally set the score on who's the better golfer will have to wait until the conclusion of the all-Japanese girl high school golf double championship. Now competing together for the Raiou Girls Academy golf team, Eve and Aoi decide to work together to claim a win for their institution. For a chance at defeating the more challenging opponents, both girls must find a way to develop their golfing styles. However, dangerous figureheads pull strings in the background, making this high school golf tournament more serious than it appears. In addition, Eve's elusive past resurface, making matters between her and Aoi even more complicated than they already were. This anime has about 12 episodes, premiere April 8th to June 24th, 2023, based off an original series. Based genre is sports. Each episode is 23 minutes and it's rated PG-13. Let's get started into the review. We are back for season 2 of Birdie Girls Golf Story, and we are back with Eve and Aoi as they are now competing together in the golf tournament for their school. But what was really interesting from season 1 to season 2 now, that even though Eve and Aoi are competing with each other, they're still competing against each other, like still developing like their golf game. And yes, this is the most entertaining sports anime that I've seen in a while, especially from season 1 of last year. I think I was more curious how they'll devolve more into Eve's past, since we really knew little about her, in a sense of that she just was a really cool and very strategic underground golfer with her own unique play style. And then she encounters Aoi, who is the innocent Tyrant, is her nickname. I think they did get her better nickname for the golf tournament. And they just caught her eye, and then them seem to have this type of camaraderie and friendship that they delve into. Like, golf is more intriguing. I think what I love seeing about the second season versus the first season is that, well, I think we're delving more into even Aoi's backstory, which reveals a lot about them. And it also is given out in a perfect pace where it's not too fast that they're giving it to us, but not too slow that they're presenting us this evidence of these two characters that we're following along the journey. And I think, along with keeping us on the edge of our seats, just learning more about Aoi and Eve and the dangerous masterminds that are still tracking Eve from the first season. If you haven't watched the first season of my review of this anime, go check it out. But I want to say, Eve, she was underground golfer, so there are a lot of dark elements to play into that, and who not to cross and not to cross. But overall, I like the pacing toward this. You get to see a lot of Aoi and Eve competing in the Japanese and European circuits of their golfing, respectively, and holding their skills. There is, I feel like, a potential for season 3, because there's a potential big showdown when you watch the second story. Now, with that knowledge going forward set aside, you're actually seeing, like, besides the characters and the background and the sport that was golf, you're actually learning a lot about the golf matches than you did in season 1. I feel like it's better saying if you have no idea what's happening in golf, especially since golf, for the two characters, Eve and Aoi, they both push themselves beyond their limits and creating their own unique and play style of golf. And that goes from the competitor themselves and the individual, and just seeing the joy that you get from watching two different female with two different play styles. Even though they are rival against each other, they still help each other, balance each other out. And even though they come from two different backgrounds, I feel like between Eve and Aoi, that, watching the dynamic of these two characters from different backgrounds still fall in love with the same sport, which is golf, and, just competing with the others of the best of their league, and just seeing how they outshine the rest of the competition and wiping them to the floor, which I love a lot. And I really am intrigued to see if they do bring back a third season, because the way they left off in the second season, I feel like it could be open to interpretation of having a third season. Now, wrapping up my final thoughts on Birdie Girls Golf season 2 is that there's a lot of potential. I'm glad that we open up more about Eve and Aoi's backstory, and along with other side characters that bring back in the fray from the first season, and just seeing maybe one chapter close between these two characters. But I am intrigued to see and open up to more speculation if we delve more. But I think the way they had it off here was ending perfectly with season 2, and can't wait to see what this anime has in store for us for next season, hopefully. But here's hoping, and catch you next time for another anime review. Until then, bye!